Hi guys, today I'm going to be making some frijoles and start off with some fresh beans, pinto beans. I went ahead and already rinsed and drained them and washed my guajillo chilies really good too. I didn't take out the seeds, we're just going to add them whole like that. I have about 5 garlic cloves and half an onion. Added about 7.5 to 8 cups of water. Go ahead and put this to a low to medium heat. We're gonna add in the pinto beans, your half an onion, the 2 guajillo chilies, and all your garlic cloves. I'm also gonna add about a tablespoon of garlic salt, some salt, and 2 bay leaves. We're gonna let that come to a boil, and then we're gonna go ahead and change the heat settings to a low setting. Once it gets to that point, I'll go ahead and let you know what the next step is. Okay, so after about 20 minutes uncovered, I'm gonna go ahead and place a top and let it cook for about another 30 minutes. Okay, so this is what my beans are looking like so far. They're not quite done yet. Give them another like 25 to 30 minutes. So just remember to occasionally keep coming and stirring them around because you don't want them to dry. We're cooking for a good hour, maybe like an hour and 15 minutes total. The cooking time for the beans definitely does vary, so like I said, just keep an eye on it. So I went ahead and I set my beans aside, and we're gonna move to the next step. I'm going to cook about a half of a package of bacon. So I'm just cutting my bacon into little cubes. And I didn't do this, but a quick tip on cutting your bacon: if you place it in the freezer for like 15 minutes, it's much easier to cut. I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my skillet, and I'm gonna cook the bacon at a low setting. So add your bacon to the skillet.
I'm gonna go ahead and chop up like a quarter of an onion.
Okay, so once your bacon gets to this point, you're gonna go ahead and add in a handful of onions. And let the onions cook down. Once the onions cook down, I'm gonna add about this much, a little less than half of a package of chorizo. The onion's been cooking for about 3 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in my chorizo. Break down your chorizo and let it cook for another like 5 to 7 minutes, or until your chorizo is fully cooked. Okay, so once everything's fully cooked, you're gonna go ahead and take out the bacon and try and keep most of that grease and liquid, because that's what you're gonna refry your beans in. left with, and I went ahead and I did divide my beans. Most of the liquid is in another container, and I went ahead and I drained the remaining liquid. I left all of my chiles, my onions, and my garlic, and just removed the bay leaves. So you're gonna add it to your pan. And you're gonna go ahead and continue smashing your beans until it gets to the consistency that you like. I went ahead and hired my heat just a tad bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in my bacon and chorizo and stir that in. I'm gonna go ahead and put my tostada together. I'm gonna add a little bit of sour cream first. My bean mixture. Now what you add to your tostada is totally optional. I'm making some carne asada too on the side if anybody wants to add that to it. If you haven't seen my carne asada marinade, check out that video. So I'm just gonna add some lettuce. Lots of lime. Tomatoes. Some avocado. Queso fresco. Usually I'm about presentation, but when it comes to food, all I care about is the flavor being right. Add some tapatio. Soba.